Harvin Moore is on the advisory board of Mariner Montessori. Harvin has been deeply involved in education for more than 30 years, including starting and growing successful schools, as well as overseeing the operation of school networks of all sizes. He's here today for a discussion about his thoughts about Mariner Montessori. Hey Harvin, can you tell us a bit about your background in education and schools?
Well, it covers 30 years, but I'll try to summarize it. I used to volunteer as a tutor in East Harlem when I had my very first job in banking in the 1980s. From the first time I worked with those kids, helping elementary school students with their homework and showing them how what they were learning in school related to their future in the world, I was hooked. So when my banking and technology career moved me back to my hometown of Houston, I signed up to tutor here in Houston public elementary schools. Then I began volunteering for Teach for America when that organization was just getting started, and then I did the same at a little charter school called KIPP. I was asked to join KIPP's founding board of directors, and I remained there for 6 years as KIPP grew. KIPP is now the largest and most successful charter school in America with 100,000 students in 29 cities. So then I served on the board of Houston's Preschool for All as we did the early work to raise awareness of the importance of quality full-day pre-kindergarten, and helped encourage the Texas legislature to fund pre-K for at-risk populations. And then we rolled out a website that enabled parents to find good programs in their area. In 2003, I was still working in technology and banking, and I decided to run for election to the Houston Independent School District Board of Education. So I was elected, and then I was re-elected 3 times, ultimately serving more than 13 years. HISD has almost 300 schools and a $2 billion budget, so I've seen a lot of schools. We expanded preschool programs enormously while I served on the board, and then I was also involved in planning and opening several new innovative schools, and every one of them had a high-quality preschool program. Then since leaving the HISD board at the beginning of last year, I'm again serving on the boards of a few education nonprofits, even as I remain in my job in high technology venture capital.
Your school operations and governance experience spans from early childhood through high school. What are your thoughts about preschool?
Well, studies have repeatedly shown that a quality preschool education is the most important place to make a lasting difference in educational outcomes. So if a parent is going to get their child off to the best start in life, they need to put that child into a quality preschool program as early as they can. My wife and I put our children into a Montessori preschool on their first birthday, and they're now prospering in middle school and college.
So you put your children in Montessori preschool. Why is Montessori the right choice?
Well, Montessori education is about developing children into lifelong learners by encouraging them to explore and experiment and discover at their own pace, inside a safe environment, and then guided by experienced educators. So the thing that we saw immediately in our own children was that they not only loved going to school each day, even as 1-year-olds, but they loved learning. So we saw them bring their passion for learning home with them, along with a confidence and an independence that they learned in their Montessori classroom. So in our experience, children who come out of quality Montessori preschools are well prepared for elementary school.
Mariner also believes in a STEM education. What is that?
So STEM means science, technology, engineering, and math. So since schools have always taught science and math, the key point in calling something STEM is not only that you're going to deliver really strong science and math, but that you are teaching technology and engineering too. And that's something schools have not traditionally done. So we're seeing that the good jobs today, and even more in the future, are going to those people who don't just know science and math, but who know how to apply it and make things, to design and build things. And that's what an engineer does. And that's why engineers make so much more money than mathematicians. But these skills are not just important for becoming an engineer, because learning to apply what you learn to real-world situations makes anybody more effective and more valuable, whether you have a career in technology, or even if you have a career in business or even the arts. So the people that get ahead in today's world are creative, collaborative team players who know how to dream and plan and get things done. And that's what STEM education is all about.
Mariner combines Montessori and STEM. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, Mariner is just now beginning this important transition. Since it's already a great quality school with quality and caring teachers, nothing is going to change overnight. But our plan is to begin to incorporate age-appropriate activities that engage the young scientific mind and build over the elementary years into a strong foundation for the rest of their education and lives. So, for example, Montessori is well known for developing independence as children are encouraged to discover and explore solutions on their own. And that forms an excellent basis for group work when a great teacher guides children to work with each other to explore not just their own solution, but possible solutions by others in their group. So the basis for a great STEM education is not only a fascination with science and discovery, but the foundational skills of creativity, collaboration, and resilience.
I noticed Mariner is not just STEM, but STEAM. What does the A stand for? Is it art?
You bet. The A is for art. So while we should put heavy emphasis on the science and technology, the engineering and math, researchers also know that art is not only fun for kids and it makes them more well-rounded, but it actually makes them better at math and science too. So art, whether drawing, dancing, listening to music, is and should be a relaxing activity that complements their other work later in school and throughout their lives. Art is also important in child development because it helps children develop their motor skills at an early age. So developing muscles in their fingers to do artwork also helps them draw letters and numbers later on. Look at Leonardo da Vinci, a great scientist, but also a great artist. And it was his art that made his science accessible to others. So yeah, we put the A in STEAM to put the arts in education.
As parents compare their preschool options, what sets Mariner apart?
Well, I think the most important aspect of Mariner to a parent is the Montessori STEAM curriculum. So preschool should be a safe, nurturing, and fun, but a great preschool is much more than that. Montessori provides a proven and highly respected method of building motor and social skills in young children and developing an inquiring mind. And adding additional STEM elements to build collaborative and problem-solving skills really gives children what they need for the 21st century. The world is really changing faster than we know. Also, Mariner has a very low student-to-teacher ratio that provides really top-notch attention to the children. The teachers are very experienced. It's a very nurturing environment. And then space. Mariner's classrooms are large, and so is the outdoor space. It's a full acre with lots of healthy green space. So it's a great place to grow up.